Greetings, YouTube. We are going to attempt, and the key word is attempt, to navigate the true value of the Summoner Camp experience. The camp versus the resort. It's been a year since we've seen this, and some of you maybe don't remember it, or maybe you're new to it. I don't know. Maybe in a year you got all the way to Thronebreaker. Some of you are so good at this game that it blows my mind. I got to straighten my hat, too, by the way. What are you doing, Prof? You low-rate hick. Straighten that hat. There's a free version of this, and there's a paid version. I think of it like you got a free ticket to the airplane seat in the back. You're flying coach, and you can somehow be flying coach and first class on the same plane at the same time. Everybody gets a free coach pass if you do the minimum every day of the objective, which is usually like the bare minimum goal. But keep in mind, if I was in charge of Kabam, and Lord knows that would destroy my mental health if I was, or what's left of it, I would have saved the Summoner Appreciation Calendar no matter what, every year. It would be in this daily login, and it would be 90 days long, and by the end of it, you'd see amazing things like Tier 3 Alpha and Tier 6 Basic, and maybe a 6-star Nexus, and you just get to progress as the calendar moved along. And then, if they want to stick to the summer camp stuff, I would have kept the resort store going alongside the calendar. But they got rid of the calendar a year ago. And to me, it was very confusing. Because we've got now these two stores, right? We've got the Happy Camper, which I think is the free store, right? This is what you get for doing an objective for the next 3 months. And by the end of it, you can get a 5-star Awakening Gem Crystal. You can get 6-star generic 6 stones, though. Small. I guess that's technically, 9 total? I said 3, but it's 3 times 3. Because you're getting them in groups of 3. The way that they're formulating this is kind of confusing to me. You can get Tier 4 class Catalyst selectors. You can get, a small amount of Tier 6 basic, Tier 3 alpha, and then these dual class crystals. And then the resort, as you can see, I put my money where my mouth is. By the way, I gotta touch on this. This appears to be mismarked, this Cavalry Nexus Worship and Wonder Pack. It's always been 2 Nexus for $5. And it even says, also we've got this new, it even says in this message, 2 times Cavalry Nexus Worship and Wonder crystals. Limit 1, right? It's 2. 2 crystals, limit 1. And then visually, it shows 1 crystal, limit 1. So it's half the crystals that you're promised in the in-game message. Now, who knows? Maybe it's a visual glitch. I haven't purchased it. I'm not even sure I'm going to purchase it. Maybe I will tonight. Who knows? We'll see how crazy I get in the live stream. But this is the free version. So if you go to the bottom right, you will see that there are 2 different solo events going on. There's a Summoner Camp and a Summoner Resort. The Resort is for the $10 fee. The camp is for free. And there is a big difference in the overall rewards between the 2. Just as there's a big difference between the best rewards of each store. And $10 is $10. But I'm telling you, people spend $10 in this game all the time to get nothing. To open Nexus crystals, right? Nexus crystals are fun, but they guarantee nothing. You could easily spend $10 and get 4 crystals that have nothing but 3 and 4-star champions. Lord knows I did that for 6 straight weeks at one point at the lowest drought of my 5 and 6-star lack of luck on my channel. So for $10, same price as 4 when they're not bugged, hopefully, Nexus Cavalier crystals, you get all this. Well, this is the free stuff. You start out real low, right, with a attack boost. Who cares about that? Small energy. You get stuff like a greater arena crystal boost. And then by the end of it, because you get 1 point per day, and you are getting these special hexa badges. But by the end of it, you are getting a full energy refill. You're getting Tier 2 class catalysts. And you're getting Tier 3 class catalyst. You're getting 90 units. And then you're getting a greater ascendant crystal. And then here's the big thing, right? You're getting 300 units. And then energy refill. So, that's the Summoner Camp. The Summoner Resort, I just have to say this. Let's say you normally spend, and I don't know why you would, but $10 for units, right? $10 worth of units, as a reminder, is the Star-Lord's loot bag, which gets you 275 units. So, if we take 275 units as the baseline value for $10 worth of units on its own, without factoring in literally anything else in this resort calendar, and you can see I have my 1 point. It's a little confusing because it says this item is for information only and remains visible here after purchasing a resort pass. So I've spent my $10. I get the very small amount of gold. That's literally $2 worth of gold to start. But eventually, for $10, you get all of these bonus rewards, which, yes, are also there are purple hexa badges instead of blue. You get the platinum ones. These are the first class version that I referred to with the plane analogy at the beginning. And then, by the end of it, for your $10, you've got all these purple hexa badges, right? And then you also have another 300 units. And yes, 90 units, 390 units. So for $10, it's like getting 275 units upgraded to 390, and then access to the resort store, the Regal Resort, which I still think is a weird name, which gets you all of this on top of that. Remember those purple hexagon platinum badges? Well, that's what you use for the best items, right? In this is where you get the tier 6 basic. This is where you get the tier 3 alpha, and then look at these eventual. I know I don't have any, but these Nexus mutant dual crystals that are only available in the Regal Resort. You have a non-Nexus version of these available, and yes, I do think this is for certain progression levels. By the way, I tapped that just to see what would happen, and the server is freaking out. I might be the first person in the history of this resort to be dumb enough to tap something that I own 0 of. I wanted to see if it would have like a warning message, but I feel like I also just like pressed the combust button on the ship. Like I just pushed the wrong lever and suddenly the game's gonna crash. So it's kind of a fun experiment. There we go. Obtain greater platinum hexa badges by completing the final milestone in the Summoner Resort solo events. So again, these platinum pool hexagon badges, if you scroll all the way down to the Summoner Resort, the cash-based one, you'll get the purple, and then you are looking for the platinum pool dude, and it's this guy, right? Trade these in at the Regal Resort store for greater rewards. You get one there. And remember, this is every 30 days. And let's see if there's another one somewhere. It might just be at the bottom of that. And I think maybe if you get one per month and it costs 3, I think you're only able to get, at least at a time, one of these things. A 50% tier 5 class Callus Fragment Selector or a dual class crystal, you know? Because part of what was confusing to me last year too is that you couldn't get everything. Like, that's what makes the Valkyrie store, for those of you who have the highest progression, and the reason why I did the good and the bad values of this is because not everybody can buy everything in the store, so you can't just assume that everybody's at the same progression level. But for those of you who can buy everything, this is freaking awesome, right? The Regal Resort store, at least from what I remember, it wasn't the case. You kind of had to weigh the best value. So I'm going to do a video on that, but it makes no sense to do that 90 days or 30 days before. So I'm going to do a video on it when I'm going to purchase my own items from this at the end of the 32 days. So I'll probably do a video every 32 days on this. But yeah, that's the thing. The bottom line is the $10 that you buy for the pass is amazing, and you can get bonus 6-star shards for buying these boost. I would never ever get the mini booster. This thing is just a complete waste of value. I don't know why it's $2 for one day. 7 days is a far better value for $5. But again, why not just spend the $10 and just you'll sacrifice a small percentage of 6-star shards, but I think it's gonna be worth it. So, especially for you throne breakers and wallet breakers who already get 6-star shards, better as it is, especially with the buffed event quest. So, that is the takeaway. The bottom line is you get more than the value of $10 worth of units by itself, plus everything else for the $10. So I think it's a really good value. Now, if they're going to make you spend $10 every month, like they do the Black ISO store, and they've split up into 3 events, then it's going to be $30 total. But I still think you're going to get more than $30 worth of units by the end by itself. So it's a good value, really, really good value for your $10. And hopefully they'll fix the Nexus crystal soon. Whew, so much information. We're already over 11 minutes. It's longer than usual, but I had a lot to try to explain. Hopefully it made some sense. Thanks for watching.